I hear you saying, we need to not be at war with nature and to kind of bring back some of these ceremonial rites and for education. To my point earlier too, is just matching the medicine up with your mental health state. I think
Yes.
that needs to be provided because there's some entheogens that are great for certain types of mental health conditions,
Right.
matching that up. And I love the point that you're making as far as, getting maybe a certificate to be a guide or a sitter, just someone that can provide that safe space, to provide that education, because that's really the missing piece. Because like you
Hmm.
said, the war on drugs that started with Black communities, to put people in the school to prison pipeline, which we've seen for generations and generations. We need to have a new way to decriminalize nature so that we can be more at peace with purpose and meaning, and to be, especially as Iowans, we have a lot of farm fields here. We are very natural type of folks here. So I love all of your points. What do you think, as someone, as I'm a professional and clinician involved in the field, what should I be doing? How can I bring plant medicine to my community? What should I be focused on?
Well, I don't know of your specific community. I do think that the decrim movements are good. I
Mhm.
mean, they are a step in the right direction,
Okay.
because what I would like in the first place, I mean, I don't want to get off on too much of a rant here, but the very idea that you can declare these organisms illegal
Right.
is absurd, in my opinion. Uh,
Mhm.
Well, and representative of the height of human arrogance that is going to lead to the destruction of the planet.
Right.
I mean,
right,
we are kind of at
exactly.
extinction level event type things going on in humanity right now. And it is our own ignorance, our own arrogance, and we're just suffering under the weight of that, is my perspective. So please go on a rant, because it is
Well,
flabbergasting how people
what
go
I
through that.
have begun to say in some contexts is I say that we should articulate a right to symbiosis.
Ooh.
If you form an alliance, if you form a relationship with any of these plant medicines, in some ways, you're benefiting them and they're benefiting you. So that's kind of the definition of symbiosis. It doesn't have to be, any organism, like food plants, you know, aromatic plants, all the plants that we value for different things are sort of
Mhm.
like they are part of the network of relationships between organisms that you can call symbiosis. And I think to articulate the idea that people have a right to symbiosis is one part of that conversation, and the other side of it is, if these decrim movements are handled properly, what I would like ultimately to see, there are lots of places that operate that are, healing centers. They use psychedelics, but they're underground. They're under the radar.
Right.
The
Mhm.
decrim movements enable, if they're successful in different communities, then these underground retreat centers can out themselves. They can
Mhm.
come into the light. They're not prohibited, and then they can really be a positive influence on communities.